I know a lot of people, when they hear the word prepper, they think tinfoil hat, bunkers, and cans of beans, and end of the world cosplay. That's not really how it started for me. I started prepping, I think, back in 2020, when a lot of people did. The pandemic hit.
This is what it's like flying from Seattle to LA. Yay!
Shelves were empty, people were bugging out, there was a lot of uncertainty. And I just remember having that feeling of helplessness. And I hated that feeling. I hated not having what I needed. I hated not knowing what was coming. And I think most of all, I hated knowing that our whole normal lives could be turned upside down just like that. So when the shelves started being stocked and things started getting back to normal, I started stocking up on normal things. Face masks, sanitizer, nothing crazy, but I just didn't want to have that feeling of helplessness again. Then around that same time, there was a lot of political tension. A lot of people talking about civil unrest. People were scared. A lot of people were buying guns for the first time, right? And so once I had that covered, right, I was like, okay, what goes with this? I started thinking about, systems and what happens if something actually happens. And that drew me deeper down the rabbit hole. So first it was defense. And once I started feeling sufficient in that department, then I started thinking like, okay, what about a blackout? What if the grid goes down? What if there's a problem where we all freak out again and I'm not prepared?
Very, very ugly.
Then I started thinking about food, power, backup power, long shelf life items, power banks, lights, all of it. Then we had the fires in LA. I'm sure you all remember that.
Hey, do you see that? This is crazy.
And then now it's not about food, power, and flashlights. It's about air and fire and smoke and what actually helps and what's bullshit. And that's how it happened. It wasn't some big movie moment. It was like every event exposed some hole I had in my system, and each hole brought me deeper down the rabbit hole. Then there was unrest in downtown LA. I'm sure you all saw it on the news. I have a video of it on my channel. So then preparedness didn't become some abstract hobby, it became real. Like, this is happening. How do we harden up our business? How do we keep ourselves safe from all this chaos around us? And on top of that, I've lived in enough major cities in this country to know what feels sketchy, to know when to not cross the street or when to cross the street, when there's someone walking behind me, when to look in a window for a reflection.
When you walk into the dark, use your surroundings. Windows, mirrors, anything that can give you a look behind you.
I've lived in nice places. I've lived in grimy places. I've lived in super nice places and sketchy places. And you know what the same thing in each environment is? Everybody feels like it's not gonna happen here. It happens somewhere else. Until it doesn't. Now, I'll be honest, I have been known to go down a rabbit hole or two. Bought too much gear, was chasing feelings probably more than function. And I think a lot of us in this space are guilty of that, at least at first. But over time, I was able to calm that down and I started building out systems. That's when this stopped being buy cool gear and it started being more what actually earns its space. What helps under stress? What works? What solves a real problem? And what's realistic for normal people, especially in a city or an apartment? So I didn't get into preparedness because I wanted to fantasize about the end of the world. I guess I got into this because life kept showing me over and over that normal can fall apart a lot faster than people think. And I stayed in it because, at least the way I see it, preparedness isn't about paranoia. It's about reducing chaos, having options, and it's about not waiting until the very last worst moment to realize you should have thought ahead. That's what this whole channel is about. Now, one quick note. I am opening up a membership side of this channel. So here we're going to do deeper dives. We'll do videos that might be a little bit too nerdy for the main channel. I also have a vault where I'm going to be opening up videos that I've made before, but I never put out. I've got a great video starting out called Force Multipliers that I shot maybe 4 or 5 months ago, but didn't fit inside of that season. Still a great video, and I hope you guys check it out.
So today I wanted to talk about force multipliers and the steel and leverage that can make all the difference when things get real.
I'm also going to be doing a new echo log, which is going to be kind of like a captain's log, where I watch a video with you, starting off with my first video, and I kind of go over it. I talk about what worked, what didn't work, the criticism I got, and what I would change in the future.
The water spigot tool, I got so much flack for this, the Silcock key.
I'm also going to be doing community polls. I know a lot of you guys have really good ideas. So let's come up with these good ideas together on what we should do next. All right, guys, if you're interested, hit that join button. If not, it's all good. I appreciate each and every one of you. Stay sharp, stay steady, and like always, stay ready.